I'm gonna tell you how to get noticed on YouTube over the next 12 months so you can get your channel growing like you want. And we're starting right now.
That's just how it is. Ain't waiting on me.
What is going on? My name is Nick from tubertools.com. Welcome to another video. If this is your first time here and you want to learn how to grow your channel, make videos, and all types of other YouTube related stuff, start now by subscribing and clicking the bell so you don't miss anything. Okay, part of being a YouTuber is being able to carve out your own slice of the pie that's based around you and the type of content that you're making. As a YouTuber, you want three main things to happen. You want people to get value from the content that you're putting out. You want them to like getting that value from you, and you want people to notice or recognize that you're not like everybody else. As an example, when I started getting serious about my channel, I started looking for ways that I could make myself stand out from the other people that are making content similar to mine. When I first started the channel, like my first bunch of videos, when I first started, I was trying to make content like everybody else. And because of that, I wasn't getting much traction. I wasn't really doing anything to stand out. I was just making content that was just like the content everybody else was making. But when I committed to doing things my way and making things look the way that I wanted them to look and communicating in a way that I thought was best for me to communicate based on how I communicate naturally, it helped me stand out in a niche that is pretty difficult to get traction in. For example, the blue lights that I'm using here, I was the first or one of the first people in our space for this type of content to start doing that sort of thing. And that is one of the things that helped me stand out. And now these blue lights and how everything is set up and how my lights are and all that is something that people always ask me questions about. Being bald, bearded, and four-eyed, even though it's a relatively common look, in this particular space, it helped me stand out in the space that I'm in as well, but that's more of a natural thing, unfortunately, than it is strategic. Coming at creators like a creator is another thing that I did that helped me stand out, to where I'm like, hey, these are the tools that I'm using, these are the apps that I'm using, these are the things that I'm using on my channel and with people that I'm working with to get results. So I'm gonna share them with you so that you can do the same thing, like taking that approach to where it's like, hey, we're in this together instead of I have the information and you don't type of approach. Doing 6 to 7 hour live streams for 2 years straight helped me stand out. But what I'm getting at for you, for the type of content that you make, it's very important that you find a way to stand out so that you can also get noticed on YouTube. And I'm gonna share with you exactly how you can do that right now. At the very top of the list, because it's what you get known by, it's really important to make sure that you put a lot of thought into your channel name. Now I know if you're watching this, there's a really good chance that you've already committed to a channel name. What I want you to consider is, does this channel name represent me? Does this channel name represent a brand that I want to build? Is this channel name recognizable? Is it something that's easy to remember? Is it something that's easy for people to share when they're telling other people about my channel? A clever channel name just by itself can help people notice your YouTube channel. As an example, we have somebody come into our live stream every single Saturday. His channel name is Midnight Madness 4x4. And if you're like us, when we noticed his channel name, we started going Midnight Madness 4x4, Sunday, 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 and going that whole thing, because when we think 4x4, for whatever reason, we made that connection to his channel name. Expert Plumber is another great example of this. It's just a simple channel name, but it speaks volumes about the channel itself, and it's a brand that can be built around that YouTube channel. Shout out to Roger for claiming that awesome name. The next thing you want to do is you want to consider the background that you're using in your videos, because when people come into your videos and they're experiencing your content, you want them to look at it and have some type of thing that makes them think of you when they see that particular type of background. Now, if the type of content that you make doesn't support that type of thing to where you're always in that familiar environment, then you can try to find other ways to do it through like a shooting style. As an example, if you're a vlogger, you know, how you actually shoot the content, the transitions you use and things like that would be your version of trying to come up with a clever background. But using myself as an example again, using the blue lights back here and having just that high contrast type of look, that was something that I used in order to help me stand out. And now with this particular background and the way that the video is processed for that high contrast look, it's part of my look. Now, another really good example of this is Jevin Dovey. He's been putting out content lately to where he's in a completely unique studio environment as well. It's his studio, but he's done it in a way that it's really creative. I'll put a link to him down in the description so you can check out one of his videos. The next thing you can do to stand out and get noticed on YouTube is do something in your videos that's unique to you. A really great example of this is Leon Lush. I'm not sure if you're familiar with him or not, but Leon Lush, he has a little monkey that is in all of his videos, and basically he talks to this monkey and he has his lips moving that he superimposes on the monkey to kind of give him feedback and give him a hard time about stuff. Completely unique. One of the things that I used for this in this situation was how I step into the camera. So when I'm in this environment, I don't do it obviously, but when I'm standing up, I have the thing to where, you know, I step into the camera and I kind of jump around to the different sides of the camera as I step into it when I'm saying a new part. And because of that, that's one of those things that when people are having conversations with me about my YouTube channel and what it is that that I do, and if they watch my content for a period of time, they refer to that as the step-in thing that you do. Another thing that you can really do to stand out in a major way here on YouTube is to give more than anybody else in your space. I'm not talking about giving donations. What I'm talking about is when people click on your thumbnail, they're expecting to see something. They're expecting to get a certain type of content or to have a certain type of experience. Give them that. Give them what they expect and more. So as an example, don't be afraid to add inspiration or motivation to the type of content that you make, to actually mix it in with what it is that you're going to give somebody a little bit extra. Or if you're making motivational or inspirational content, give people some education or give people some entertainment mixed in with that type of content that you're making. The idea is to give the viewers that watch your content more than the other people in your space give them in a way that is unique to you. Another thing that you can do to stand out on YouTube, and this one's gonna be a little bit controversial, I think, but another thing that you can do is to actually learn more than the people that you're competing against or the other people that are in your space. Now, I know at the surface this sounds crazy, but here's the thing. People are busy and people typically prioritize other things than learning how to do YouTube. So because of that, if you can dedicate some time to going through the YouTube Creator Academy, watching my videos, watching videos of people that make content like mine. I actually have a full list I put together. I'll link to that list down in the description below of other channels like mine that are trusted for really solid information. Use all of these outlets to learn as much as you possibly can. I even have a podcast that'll help you, and so do other people. Mine's called Comments Over Coffee, link to that down in the description too. But the idea is to learn as much as you can so that you can apply as much as you can, so that you can experiment as much as you can, so that you can learn more about how your audience responds to your content while other people are focused on doing other things that aren't related to actually getting those results. That by itself is going to help you stand out a ton. The next thing that you can do to stand out, and this one's more a long game approach, but something else that you can do to really stand out and give yourself a huge advantage on YouTube is to actually build a community off of YouTube around the type of content that you make. Here's what I mean. As an example, Brian G. Johnson has a really awesome Facebook group called Tube Ritual. I'll link to that down in the description as well. It'll actually be in that one link that's going to send you to all the stuff that I'm talking about. But Brian G. Johnson's Tube Ritual Facebook group, that's another asset that he's known for, and it's based around the type of content that he creates. And it's such an awesome community that all of us actually tap into Brian's community there on Facebook. To follow Brian's example in this situation, we just recently started a subreddit for YouTubers. It's a free community. I'll put a link to that in that link that I'm putting down in the description below also, so that you can join that if you're on Reddit. But the idea is to where you basically create this external asset that you can then later use to where you can share your video content in there, and you can get known as the person that has the YouTube videos on that topic, but you can also be known as that person that also runs that community as well. Now, this next one can be a game changer for your YouTube channel. So if you disregard everything else that I've said so far, please pay really close attention to the one that I'm getting ready to say. Know your audience. A lot of people make videos for YouTube and they don't get any traction because they don't really know who it is they're making content for. They'll make content for themselves, but for the viewer, the people that actually bring in views and the people that actually subscribe to the channel and all of that, they don't know who those people are. And because of that, they'll just spin their wheels just trying to put out content that hopefully pops one day. Whereas if they just understand who it is that they're making content for, they can create a better viewer experience for those people, which will in turn help them stand out to the people that are watching their videos. This next one on the list can also be a game changer for you, but I know not everybody can do this. But I think you can. If you really want to, I think you can. And what that is outwork everybody else in your space. If other people in your niche or the genre that you make content in, if other people are uploading once a week, upload twice a week or 3 times a week. Once you figure out how to get that response from viewers, start uploading more than they upload. When other people are saying they don't have time or it's too expensive to go to conferences, make time. Save up money and go to conferences where you can network with other content creators. When other people in your genre of content are negging out because YouTube made some change and they're basically just on this hype train about what could possibly happen that nobody even knows what's actually going to happen, while they're focused on that, outwork them. If you make content that people respond to, and what I mean by that is people click on it, then they watch it for a respectable amount of time. If you make content that people respond to in your particular niche, then if you outwork the other people in your niche in a very short amount of time, then you are going to be somebody that is noticed and recognized in the niche that you're making content in. And as a quick reminder, I have that link to all the stuff that I've talked about down in the description below. And to learn more about growing your channel, making videos, and all types of other YouTube related stuff, make sure you subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.